Worldwide, there are 850 million people suffering from chronic kidney disease, a disease in which one's kidneys are not able to do their job properly. 25.3% of these patients suffer from anemia. Anemia is a disease caused by a low red blood cell count. Because red blood cells transport oxygen to body tissues, there is a lower oxygen supply. It results in symptoms like tiredness, weakness, and shortness of breath. The standard solution for anemia is to give a blood transfusion, but this has a few problems, and that's where biotechnology comes in. Modern biotechnology has created a new effective way to treat anemia, and it is no other than RHU-EPO, which stands for recombinant human erythropoietin. Healthy kidneys produce a protein called erythropoietin, or EPO for short. EPO stimulates bone marrow stem cells to differentiate or turn into red blood cells. Diseased kidneys, however, cannot produce erythropoietin, which leads to a reduction in red blood cell count, causing anemia. RHU-EPO takes the role of human erythropoietin and causes red blood cell production, alleviating anemic symptoms. So, how is RHU-EPO produced? As the name suggests, RHU-EPO is a recombinant biopharmaceutical, which means it's made from recombinant DNA technology. It means that DNA is edited in order to produce desired biological products, such as proteins. In order to produce RHU-EPO, scientists had to first identify the amino acid sequence that make up the protein. From the amino acid sequence, DNA probes were developed. Scientists also used restriction enzymes to cut up the genomic DNA of human cells into different sized fragments. They then mixed the DNA probes and the DNA fragments. The DNA fragments that contained the EPO gene would bind with the correct DNA probe. Once the EPO gene has been identified, it is inserted into a plasmid, which is a circular ring of DNA. This forms what is known as a recombinant plasmid. The recombinant plasmid is then inserted into a special type of cell known as a CHO cell. CHO stands for Chinese hamster ovary cells, and they have special glycosylation properties that ensure that the final product is as similar to endogenous human EPO as possible. Once the gene is in, the cells can start producing EPO. The proteins are then purified and isolated using complex machines, after which they are shipped for clinical use. Without a doubt, this technology has a huge impact on society. RHU-EPO can not only treat anemia in CKD patients, but is also a supplementary treatment in symptoms brought about by cancer, HIV, as well as in renal transplants. The use of RHU-EPO has been proven to reduce transfusion dependence, improve physical performance, and muscle metabolism. However, the technology is expensive. It is not 100% effective in all patients, and some show side effects. So the future will be focused on solving these issues, including improving accessibility. Once these barriers are eradicated, we can look forward to cheaper, safer, and more effective treatments. So, the public will gain a lot from this technology, as it improves not only healthcare, but also reshapes the pharmaceutical industry. But EPO can be misused and abused. Various athletes have been found to use EPO to achieve superior physical performance in sport contests. Potentially, EPO could be used in military contexts to enhance performance of soldiers, as well as for personal uses to boost energy or cognitive capabilities. This technology, therefore, must be properly regulated. In Canada, multiple organizations oversee the regulation of biopharmaceuticals, including RHU-EPO. In Europe, the European Medicines Agency, EMA, holds the responsibility for the regulation of biopharmaceuticals. Comparing the regulation in these two areas, we can see that both emphasize the regulation of the whole R&D process. This ensures that both the product and the process used to manufacture it follows strict safety guidelines. However, the EU's focus on post-authorization regulation places a greater emphasis on public health because it helps us monitor what effects the drug has when used in real-world settings. In my opinion, I think this is a revolutionary technology. Not only is it treating anemia, it also has the potential to play a part in fighting against some of humanity's greatest killers. This technology really is made for the people. Anyways, that's about it for our HUEPO. Thank you for watching until the end. Here is the scientific literature referenced by this presentation. Once again, thank you for watching.